guys, it's Larissa. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you're new here. And if you are, thank you for joining us. And if you enjoyed this video, consider subscribing. But today's video is going to be all of the things that I learned about my first half marathon. I just finished it last weekend in Orlando. It was the Disney Princess half. It was so much fun, but there was a lot that went into it that I had no idea about before my race because I have never even run a 5K previous to this race. So today I'm going to share with you all of my tips and tricks, all of the things that I learned, all of my suggestions for you for your first half marathon. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get right into the video. So first up is obviously training. There are a lot of different ways you can train, but most races will have a program that you can follow. The training program for the Disney Princess half was basically 30 minutes every other day, and on the third day you would do a long run. So let's say Monday 30 minutes, Wednesday 30 minutes, Friday like 3 miles for your first one. Next week you'll do 4 miles, the week after 5, etc., up until you get to 16 miles, which I didn't actually do. I did a very bad job of training. So if I can do it, you can do it. I really only trained up to 7 miles running on the beach, so it was a little bit more difficult than running just like on standard concrete. But then once I got to like mile 8 or 9 of race day, it was rough. If you want to actually see me running the race, I vlogged it. I will put a little tag for you guys to, I don't know what side it goes on, but I'll put a tag if you guys want to watch that vlog of me running the race. If you have time to train, do it correctly. You want to run further than the actual distance of the race. But you can obviously train however you want. That method really worked for me, the 30-30 long run. But if there was a day that I couldn't get in a 30-minute, I would just add an extra mile to my long run on the weekend. I wouldn't suggest running every single day because you'll get really tired, your legs will get sore, and you also just get burnt out on running, because if you're like me and this is like your first race and you're not a runner, it sucks. Running sucks. But after doing it for a while, I promise that it does get better and it gets way more fun. I actually enjoy running now, which I never thought I would ever say, but I actually enjoy it now. But definitely don't burn yourself out too quickly, but also don't not prepare. Our next topic is what to wear. And the first thing I'm gonna say is very important, and it is running shoes. These are backwards, but seriously, I started training in October. I ran for pretty much all of October and all of November, and I started developing knee problems because I wasn't running in running shoes. This brand was suggested to me by a guy that I work with who runs a lot. These are Brooks. They are phenomenal running shoes. I was peeping around at everybody during the race, and a lot of people were wearing this specific brand. But what you need to do is go to a running store and get fitted and have them do the whole shebang with you and your feet and the shoes, the whole thing, because seriously, these shoes changed my life. So when I got to the running store, they sized me. I normally wear 7. These shoes are an 8. They said to go up a full size because your feet swell so much when you're running. And I'm so grateful that they did, because now that I have more room in my shoes, I can feel my feet swelling and like taking up that extra space. So I'm really happy to have it. If you're in the Los Angeles area, I went to a runner's circle. It's in West Hollywood, and they were absolutely incredible. I also got some running socks, which kind of sounds silly, I thought, but a friend of mine who's a runner suggested this to me, and I can't stress these enough because they saved me on race day. So they have an extra little lip right here. This part kind of goes up near your ankle, but because it's not connected here, it doesn't it's not tight on your ankle, it's just like an extra flap, and that keeps it from getting blisters or like rubbing on the heel of your foot and on the front of your foot. And also it keeps it from falling down, because that is the worst thing when you're running and your sock falls off and you're like running on your sock. It's the most uncomfortable thing in the entire world. These also flick off sweat, so your feet won't be like sitting in your shoe sopping wet. And they're padded. They have a lot of different styles. You can do like light, medium light, heavy, thick, whatever. Mine are like medium light on padding, I think. I don't really remember, but I just have one pair and I only wore these for long runs, and they are a lifesaver. I also highly suggest running in pants, especially for my girls who are a little bit curvier. If you're not a runner, your legs probably rub together. And if they don't, congrats, this part isn't for you, skip ahead. But if your legs have ever touched, wear pants. There are so many people that I saw on the race like doing that awkward chafing, walking, hobble thing because they're wearing shorts and it's super hot and humid in Florida and you're just all gross and swampy everywhere. So wear pants so that your legs don't rub together. Mine are from Lululemon. They are my absolute favorite pair of Lulus. They're actually made for running and they have a little pocket on the sides of my thighs. So I can put my phone in there, I put my snacks in there. It was seriously just the biggest lifesaver because I personally hate having the armband when I'm running because it feels like constricting and it feels like I'm like lifting weights while I'm running, and I hate that. Doesn't make, I don't know if that makes any sense, but I hate it. So I like having it in my, so I like having my phone on my leg instead of on my arm. Also, speaking of your phone, wow, this is all like trailing together so well. But speaking of your phone, headphones. I like to use wireless headphones because I don't, especially if you're gonna put it in your pocket, the headphones won't reach, but I like wireless ones just because it's less work, less maintenance, and you're not gonna like, while you're running, your arm's not gonna like hit it and do crazy Spider-Man stuff. So I love these. These are the Beats wireless headphones. Any wireless headphones I think would totally do the trick. Also on the day of the race, speaking of chafing, I suggest using Body Glide, which is basically just prevents you from chafing. So if you're gonna do shorts, I suggest putting that on your legs. But I wore a tank top and my sister said that a lot of times people forget to do it like on the backs of their arms because you rub together right there. So I put it there and I didn't have any chafing problems. Also, this one, I did it, but I don't think it was really necessary for me because I wear very tight sports bras when I run. But if you're a boy or if you have small boobs and you're not like constricting your boobs into your top, put band-aids over your nipples so that they don't chafe and start bleeding. These are all my suggestions for what you should wear during your race, but the thing is you really need to figure it out for yourself while you are training and make notes of it so that you know when you're packing for race day. The next thing is what to eat. I love eating, I love this topic, but it's very important what you're putting in your body before you literally exert everything out of it. So the day before the race, you want to carbo load, which is what they called it on my cross country team in high school. I wasn't on the team, but a lot of my friends were. But they would always eat a lot of pasta the day before. So that's what I did. I ate some spaghetti and some bread. Just really, I had a cupcake. I just really loaded up on the carbs so that can help you get through the race day tomorrow. And then on the day of the race, that morning I had a bagel, more carbs, and a banana to help with cramps. And then during the race, you want to have some goo, which is like a thing runners eat for long races like this. I thought it was gonna taste good and it didn't. It tasted kind of like a protein shake, but it was gooey, if that makes sense. It wasn't good, but it really got me through. I ate it around, I think, mile 8 or 9 when I was so hungry, and it got me through to the end of the race. I wish I also would have had a granola bar though, or like a protein bar. I saw a lot of people eating those. So bring some snacks with you. Don't overload on the snacks. You're not gonna be like that hungry, but just bring maybe like a granola bar and 2 goos or something like that. And then also during the race, you need to stop at every single water stop and drink. Don't chug it because you don't want to make yourself nauseous, but I would drink a Powerade slowly, and then as I got to the water, I would drink the water slowly and then keep going. And I did that at every single one. And I think that really helped to like obviously replenish electrolytes and keep myself hydrated because it was very hot and humid because the race was in Florida. This next topic is stuff that I learned during the race that I would have never known previous to running the race. So it is how the race works, like the ins and outs of it. So for the Disney Princess Half Marathon, the maximum time you could take to run per mile was 16 minutes, okay? But that doesn't start until the last corral starts the race. You're in corrals based on if you've run previous marathons, and you can submit time to say that you're good at running. The better at running you are, the further up you are in the corrals. So I was in corral F because I didn't have a number to give them, so yeah, whatever. I believe the last corral was H, so I went in F, and then G went, and then once H went is when that 16-minute mile started. But that doesn't mean that the time that I was running didn't count. So when I crossed the starting line, my time starts, but as far as taking too long to run the race, that doesn't start until the last person starts. Does that make sense? I don't know if that makes any sense. It all kind of doesn't make sense to me still. If you have questions, leave it in the comments and I will be happy to type it out because I think typing I could make this sound better. I don't know if this is for every race, so you should like look it up based on the race you're running, but there are pacers to keep you at a certain time for the race. There were different pacers and different timings for those pacers in each corral. So in Corral F, for example, there were a group of pacers for 2 hours, a group for 2.5 hours, 3 hours, 3 hours, 15 minutes, etc. So you can just find the group that is going to finish the race in the amount of time that you would like to finish it, and then you just hang out with them, which is what we did, which was very, very nice and helpful because I really didn't know how to pace myself. When I was training, I really just kind of listened to my body, which is totally awesome also. But being with the pacers was really nice because especially when we got to miles like 7 to 10 were the worst. But if I weren't with that pacer group, I probably would have walked the rest of it. And I still would have totally been proud of myself if I walked most of it, but it means a lot more to me and I'm more like, yeah, like I killed it because I technically ran more than half of the half marathon. So now the last topic is after the race, and I literally felt, you know when people say I feel like I got hit by a bus? It was I had never felt like I got hit by a bus in the way that I felt like I got hit by a bus after this race. I couldn't figure out where it was. I was like looking around, I was like, I kind of feel like I really need to drink water. These people are icing, this is biofreeze. Where's the water? Where do I get my medal? I was so out of it and my body was so drained. I finally found my parents and I literally was just like, I'm so happy that I did it, but like I just feel like I have died. I'm making it sound so awful, but it was like, I'll show some pictures of me literally looking like I don't have a brain because I couldn't figure out how to do anything. I was just like, zombie. But aside from looking and feeling like a zombie, I really have probably never been so proud of myself. There have been a lot of things in my life that I didn't think I could do, that I set out to do and achieved it and accomplished my goals, but this is one of those things that was never even on the list. I never ever had any desire to even run a 5K. I enjoy it now. I did not like running. So when I finished this half marathon, it was like the biggest, like most overwhelming amount of joy. I was so proud of myself. A half marathon is a long ways. It's totally brag-worthy and I'm so happy, I'm so proud of myself for doing it. And if you are not signed up for one yet after watching this video, I don't know why you would be because I kind of made it sound awful. I hope that I didn't make it sound too awful, but sign up for one. Seriously, it's so much fun. Give yourself plenty of time to train and just enjoy it. It's a great experience and you'll walk away feeling like you could literally fly to the moon. You can accomplish anything after like 3 or 4 days when you can actually walk again, but you feel just so empowered and so proud of yourself. That is all that I have for you guys for this video today. I hope that you enjoyed it and that it was helpful. You learned some things, maybe got you excited to sign up or run your first half marathon. If you aren't subscribed yet, consider doing it. There's a little button down below. Also, if you want to follow me on social media, all of those are linked down below. I'm most active on Instagram and Snapchat if you want to be where I'm at, but I obviously have Twitter and Facebook. I'm just not very good at posting on them, but I'm trying to get better. But yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye! I totally almost forgot to show you guys my medal. This is it. I'm so proud of it. It is displayed in my bedroom. It looks like, who is this? It has Snow White on it and the little apple, and this little guy spins. So yeah. Just means eat a lot of carbs. A really good way, don't chug it because you don't want to make yourself nauseous. I started and then E went, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H,